Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of the Meso making series. Today I'll be going over the basics of cubing. Throughout the course of your boss hunting, vein mining, and general item farming, you may come across master and meister cubes. These cubes can be used for profit in two ways, by either selling cube service to players or by cubing items for sale. You can also cube your own gears, but in my personal opinion, you likely won't get what you're looking for. Selling cube service to players is a high risk venture, but you get paid for every single cube you sell. Most people are fine with pay per use. Other players may decide to sell tiers. This is where they charge a fixed amount, for example 500 mil, for a definite tier up, from epic to unique. Usually, cube service is sold at a price lower than the actual worth of the cube in materials. For example, to craft a cube it might cost a total of 40 mil, but the service may be 20 mil. Using that price of 20 mil, the tier up service method may rake in serious mesos, if you're lucky and manage to tier within 25 cubes. Personally, I find this method too risky and I cannot find buyers that I'm comfortable with. You may wish to pursue this if you can find trustworthy buyers. The primary method in which I make mesos from cubes is cubing items for sale. There are some considerations you need to make. For example, what kind of items do you want to cube? What kind of stats will you be aiming for, and how patient are you? If you need the money right away, then keeping the first good lines you get might be a good idea. There are two primary approaches for cubing for resale. You can either cube to tier or cube for lines, or a combination of both. In FM, a unique tier item will sell for much more than the same item with epic tier potential. If you're short on cubes, cubing for lines may be more appropriate. Just on a side note, don't cube from rare. It is hardly worth it, as epic potential gears are fairly inexpensive. Items that are pretty safe to cube are common high tier items, such as Sweetwater accessories or Golex equips. This is because once you get 2 lines of any main stat, the item is viable and worth decent money. Those of you who decide to cube for class items, example warrior, thief, bowman, magician or pirate, may find it frustrating to roll int lines for a warrior item. However, if you manage to beat the odds, good strength lines on a warrior equip will net much more profit than the same strength lines on a common equip. When I talk about profit, I'm talking about the added value, not the overall value. Cubing for tiers alone requires less thought. You can essentially do any high demand item, and once at tiers you can sell for modest profit. I personally do a combination of both. I know there's profit to be had in tiering and cubing for lines, so I remain patient and work through my profit items slowly. In general, cubing for tiers or lines is not going to get you money every day. Some days you get lucky, while other days you may not. Remember, the number of cubes you attain does enhance your odds, but due to their random nature, it could be many cubes before you get anything good. But I will say this. From my personal experience, I think it is more profitable in the long term to cube items for sale, as opposed to selling cube service. Cube service is the cheapest of the cheap and should only be done if you have a small number of cubes and you really need the money right then and there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I hope you found this video informative.